Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday, you amazing humans. Running a few minutes behind. I have an amazing guest coming on today. She was on episode 87 of the Harder Than Life podcast. Her name is Kate Colley. She's phenomenal. If you guys have not listened to episode 87 of the Harder Than Life podcast, check it out now. She does she's a hypnotist, facial reader. Listen, she's already even here. I'm going to bring her on right now because I just want to jump right into her. You guys, record downloads of this podcast. I'm going to freaking get her right now. Where the podcast left off, because it is flying off the shelves. It's being downloaded like crazy. Kate, I accepted you. There you go. Oh, hold on.
Hi.
All right. How are you doing, beautiful?
I'm good. How are you?
I am lovely. Sorry for being a minute too late. Had a little bit of duty at the NTM headquarters had to deal with. But I don't know if you heard my introduction.
I did.
The podcast has thousands. It is set the record for 1 week downloads was you. So the audience has spoken. They love you.
Amazing.
And as I re-listened to it, I had myself laughing, crying, like looking in the mirror at my stuff going, what's going on? But there was at the very end, first of all, introduce yourself so everybody knows, because we got a lot of people on here.
Okay.
Say who you are, what you do, how to reach you, and then I want to ask you some questions.
Okay. Your introduction was great. My name is Kate Colley, and I am a hypnotherapist. My specialty is seeing into somebody's subconscious mind. So you mentioned a lot of things like, face reading and body language. I've been trained by some people in the CIA to be able to read that inner child work. Basically, everything for self-assessment to see where is somebody operating from that they're not aware of, that they're not conscious of, and then how can I get in there and basically teach people how to reach inside of the patterns and programs of their operating system and make a change, and then press play and put it on automatic, and then your life changes before your eyes.
So we had this I was talking with Rudy Rixey, a dear friend of mine, top 5 business coach in the country, and he's coaching someone who's a dear friend of mine, and he's like, Kelly, we just have to wait until they're ready. So what would you say if somebody like me, I always think that we're going to help. Let's just go. Let's push. And I'm aggressive. So I know I'm working on slow down to go faster. That's probably a subconscious thing of when I was a child, I had to go and do to be seen and be heard. So what do you recommend we do in situations like that?
Like in a situation where somebody's not ready.
Yeah, but
is that what you mean?
You can see clear as day where their block is, and even they can see it. But for whatever reason, they're just not ready to address the elephant in the room.
Okay, so 2 things for that. One is that the human neurology will never reject anything that it generates itself. So you can tell people what to do, but it won't be 100% commitment unless they generate the idea themselves. And so, putting that in the space, because I know I said I had 2 things. One of the things that you said in your linguistics was like, I have a need to be seen, heard, and that's how I, got my needs met in childhood. So doing the inner work around that, so you're not helping people from that wounded place. And I'm not saying that you are, but this is just what I do, is I look at everything and I go, I listen and I'm looking for, where's the shadow? So I think, when people are being helped from a place of oftentimes this is where codependency comes from. Codependency or even empathic behaviors, people are like, oh, I just care so much about other people. It's like, that's really sweet. And the subconscious shadow behind that is, I secretively need you to feel good so that I can feel good, because I lack energetic and emotional boundaries. I can't regulate myself unless I kind of go through the back door and regulate you.
3 minutes into this, I was going to start off with saying I needed more of you, as the listeners do.
You can have all of me.
Where we left off at the end of that podcast number 87,
yeah,
record downloads, was I said I wanted to be a guinea pig for a business person who's hitting against the wall. You do an unpacking or a hypnotist of hypnotizing of business owners in
Yeah.
settings. I was hoping that we could do a one today if
Sure.
we could.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will be as open as honest. And remember, you don't ever have to worry about offending me. I'm a student, man. This is
Yeah.
a sponge. I want to learn because I want to tell you what, every ounce of what I learn and what I grow and gain, I'm going to give back to the
Yeah.
community and to people. So that's what this is all about. And I don't
Absolutely.
think that's from I think that's from love and abundance and
Yeah.
not a lack because I have everything I want.
Right.
So I've been blessed. I'm not looking for validation, but I want to show it, and I just need more of you because you're fabulous. I was telling everybody about you, and it's like,
Oh.
dude, you got to listen to that episode. It was so good.
Oh, thank you. I love that. And I agree. It is coming from a place of, abundance and, bringing face reading into it. You have, based off your face shape, you have quite a bit of drive. You have that, like that high level testosterone and drive. And so um, having men like you that have the drive, have that testosterone and that willingness to like cut things with that sort of truth and doing the inner work, that's what we need. That's what our world needs. Because I mean, we'll do the hypnosis for you as well and what you wanted to do, but I just wanted to put that into the space that there is a war on men going on right now.
I
Obviously.
keep hearing that, and
Yeah.
I could you expound upon that a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it, but probably because I'm not running in that circles, and it's like
I don't
is
think
my
so.
my reticular activating system doesn't even see it
Right.
because you can't wage a war on me. Anything, unfortunately for me, everything with me is you hit me with resistance. I'm probably going to come back with so much more, which is part of my what I'm working on right now is just allow and
Right.
be and by all the actions that I do good things are going to happen. But man, I feel like that little kid that just didn't have any food and didn't have any love and didn't have any safety, and I got to do. But at least I recognize it, which is the first thing.
The first
Name it,
thing.
be aware of it, and
Right.
then we can work on it. Too many people are throwing
Exactly.
it under the rug and acting like it doesn't exist. So,
Right.
um, I just wanted to say that also too to everybody watching this and everybody's gonna listen to this. What makes Kate so amazing is she is a mother of two. So
Yeah.
mother is her number one job. And if you haven't listened to the freaking episode, go back and listen to the impossible circumstance that she overcame. I just said I'm driving and I'm leaving a personal development thing and I'm listening to this. I'm like, this woman's amazing.
Oh.
So if you're not following her, follow her. I mean, I just had her on the podcast and we're following it up with an IG live. That means she's very resonated with me, touched me
No.
right in my heart. And we're gonna share some more awesomeness, Kate, KK awesomeness
Thank
with
you.
the world. So what would, I just picked it because it just fascinated me. Is there something else that you would like to demonstrate that would show what you could, because I just picked that because I how he ended the podcast and I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. And it just it scares me a little bit about what would come out.
Oh,
That's why I go, anything something scares
I
me,
get
I
it.
want to run right into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I
if there's
love it.
something
Okay.
else, it's up to you.
I mean, it could be anything. So, what I heard you say in the beginning was something about like hitting a wall, wanting to expand, but maybe hitting a wall.
Yeah, I'm working on unbecoming this quote unquote successful guy that got here because I'm not done. This is not as far. I didn't come this far to only come this far.
Right.
So the person I became got me here.
Mhm.
Now I gotta unbecome that person and become or learn newer traits, which is really just patience. I'm convinced
Yeah.
it's nothing more than just being patient and allowing the universe to catch up to me
Right.
and then I'll go to the next level. But then there'll be another one. I'm a young man. I'm 48. I'm gonna be here for another 50 years. I plan on being here, and I'm gonna keep shedding my old skin to be somebody new. To be the what is it? The chosen one that I tease
Yeah.
that I always am.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. So just I'll walk you through kind of the process and I'll also walk you through what's going on in my head kind of behind the scenes. So when I'm listening to Kelly, I'm like completely focused on him and what I'm doing is I'm watching your eyes, I'm watching your body language, I'm watching when you're leaning back. And disassociated just a little bit when talking about the version of you that got you to here, almost like there was some kind of resistance to it. So I would probably begin by asking about that. And that would be the shadow side of it. And then the next side of it that I'm curious about um, is what
That's
is,
so good. I'm so excited.
let's pause
You just
there.
gave me butterflies by saying that, just so you know.
Perfect. Okay, good. So that was my next question, was like hearing that, what was that like for you? What did you notice in your body? Because the if you listen to the podcast, I can't imagine that I didn't say this. The body never lies.
Correct.
Ever,
You
ever,
did say
ever.
that.
So the body will produce an immediate feeling, and then the mind will generate a story about that seconds after. The story is not true because the story we assign to the bodily sensation is from the human part of our brain that lies. Okay? Zebras, wolves, wolf packs, they don't fucking lie. They don't lie. They don't have that function. But humans have a part of our brain that can lie and place meaning on things. So we have to be really careful about the story we're placing on it. And we can start to separate out non useful stories based off of the feeling in our body. So
So
going
I
back
wouldn't
to
call that
the
a
feeling.
lie. I would call that a memory. We have a long-term memory. So when
Yeah.
something bad happens, we store it and we recreate it like it's going to happen again and again and again.
Yeah.
You're calling it a lie, which I do understand it. But for those that are just tuning in and haven't listened to the podcast yet, it's when something traumatic happens, we store it as humans and hold on to it
Right.
forever, like it's going to happen again. And the likelihood of it happening again is probably zero.
Right.
But yet we relive it. Oh my God, that one time I put my heart out there, that guy freaking trampled on it. I'm never doing that again. That's what we're speaking about. So
Yes.
I want to go right back to that. And I'm so excited
Cool.
because this is going to help me. And when you said that, I leaned back about my breast. You know where that, and I'm going to be a great test cause for you because you're going to see this. And guys, this is why you're going to work with Kate, because this is all the inner scary stuff to make you move to the next level. So all right, well, back to me. What I felt is my whole body got excited,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit nervous because it was this, like, I don't know that I believe that I need to unbecome. I just need to add. I need to layer on
Right.
because I've been successful. I've done a lot of good things. So it sounds to me like it's a little coach speak that I need to unbecome
Mm-hmm.
everything I was. So maybe just I'm not believing when I'm speaking. Could that be what we're picking up?
Maybe. What do you believe to be true?
I believe I had to go through everything just the way I did to be here today to what is about to happen next. I think
Okay, good.
everything is happening at the right exact time. Now, I want it to happen faster. I wish I would have done this 10 years ago, but I didn't.
Right.
And I wasn't ready. I was having fun ripping up the town and every girl in the world and every party. I was just the man, quote unquote, the man.
Right.
I wasn't ready.
Cool. And Kelly, are you ready now?
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I wanted it yesterday. That's why I had you come right back on. I can tell you, you're the first person I've had back on super quick because you absolutely touched my soul.
Okay. Amazing. So that feeling of like being touched in your soul, that wanting it to happen yesterday when I said like, Kelly, are you ready now? And you said like, hell yeah, you leaned in, emotion entered your body. Go ahead and just pay attention to those bodily sensations and just describing to me what you feel in your body. What's that
Okay,
like for
don't
you? You mentioned.
get weird out. It's euphoria,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also godliness, like
Yeah.
like otherworldly, like I'm limitless
Yeah.
at that point.
Okay, amazing. So go ahead and pay attention to now take your hand and place it over the part of your body where you feel that limitless, that godliness, knowing that you can have everything you desire. First impression, you can make it up. Perfect. Amazing. Now keep your hands there. Go ahead and close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, just continually bring your awareness into that part of your body. Everything is possible for you. And as you listen to my voice, your neurology, your biology, and even your subconscious mind understands my instructions exactly. It knows that all of this is expanding. 2x, 10x, maybe even 100x. Yes, it's all here for you. Your neurology exists in pure potential right now. So anything you imagine, will begin to create those neural pathways inside of your body, even the moment you think it, even the moment you feel it. And every time I snap my fingers, you go even deeper and deeper into that place inside of you that knows, that claims what is true for you. Keep bringing your awareness into that part of your body. And Kelly, what color is that feeling in your body? First impression. Make it up.
Uh, red, which is weird, but yeah, red.
Perfect. So imagine that where you're sitting right now, that very same hue of red colored energy is in a ball of energy right above your head. And imagine that that red ball of energy starts to expand. It gets bigger and bigger, filling this entire space, wrapping around your body like the most amazing blanket you've ever felt, because you know that as I speak these words from my lips to your ears, your neurology is about to make that jump, that one that you wanted yesterday, that godly sense, so that you can help more people. You can become that next level version of yourself. And that this color is like an instruction manual for every single cell, Kelly, every cell in your body. And in a moment, not yet, when you breathe that color in through your nose, that instruction manual will be imprinted so deeply, so completely into the depths of your neurology that nothing, no one, no thing, not even you, could ever take it away. When you are ready for that, and only when you're ready, because this will change your life, it will change your visual cortex. By the time you open your eyes, you will be a different man. When you're ready for that change, go ahead and breathe that color in through your nose, filling your entire body like fluid would fill a test tube from the tips of your toes up to the top of your head, making sure with your awareness that that red color gets to every single cell in your body so that the correct DNA can start transcribing, so that the correct neurological pathways aligned with that color, with that feeling, with that godliness, with who you are meant to become. It's all happening right now in the biggest way possible, better, in fact, than you could have ever imagined. And knowing that it's better than you could have ever imagined, begin to imagine that you're looking at a movie screen of the version of you who has this red color, who's already made the change, who's already 10x, maybe even 100x. Take a look at that movie theater screen of that version of you and go really big, illogically big, Kelly. And very, very first impression, keeping your eyes closed, what do you notice on that screen about that version of you? What pops out to you?
Peace,
Peace.
freedom, uh, just large, big, helping and happy, joyful.
Beautiful. Now imagine, and this is where it gets really intense, that you float up out of your body. You now float all the way into that movie theater screen. You float down from the top of his head to the tips of his toes, that version of you who's already in peace, who's big, helping people. And breathe into that body, look through his eyes, and live a day in that life. And just go ahead and make it up. Live a day in that life. Tell me the things that you're doing that you've never done before, the things you're feeling and thinking that you've never felt and thought before.
Well, I think and feel them a lot. I do a lot of manifestation. So
Yeah.
the description is we're the number one podcast in all the land. We're able to help as many people. I got a lot of family members, family members helping us cast a very, very large web uh, of helping people. It's just a conglomerate of people all working in the same direction to make the largest impact, to cast the biggest shadow, to be able to uplift as many people as we possibly can.
Beautiful. Keep seeing that, keep living that as you hear these words from my lips to your ears, as you imagine this, keep bringing your awareness this, especially in a state of hypnosis. It's like these neural pathways have been run through thousands, millions, maybe even billions of times, so that by the time you open your eyes, you already are that person. Keep looking at that image, keep living that life, casting that huge web, having the exact right people work for you, helping as many people, being that number one podcast. And notice what you notice first impression. How are you different as this version of you? Really step out of the box. This is the next level. The next level is always new. It's always creative. It's always something that's birthed out of nothingness. How are you different?
calm,
Calm.
relaxed, more even keel.
Beautiful. And how do you know that? How do you know you're more calm and relaxed and even keeled?
Because we're able to resonate with more people because I'm not scaring people and intimidating.
Beautiful. And continue to live that life where you're resonating with more people. What specifically are you doing differently, acting differently, thinking differently, breathing differently, wearing differently, eating differently that causes you to resonate with more people?
Just allow and be and stop pushing and grinding and aggression and tenacity. Less and less and less of what got me here.
Beautiful. And when you speak those words of being more calm, more peaceful, where do you feel that feeling in your body? Beautiful. And
Comes
first impression, what color is it?
white.
Amazing. Now, where you are in that vision, imagine that that white color is in a ball of energy right above your head and it expands like the most amazing blanket wrapping all the way around you. This is where a deep change work takes place. And breathe that white color in through your nose, filling your entire body. From the tips of your toes to the top of your head, your neurology, your subconscious mind, and every single cell inside of you understands this instruction of this white color exactly. It's changing right now. So by the time you open your eyes, you feel different. You walk different. You are peaceful. You know the exact right action steps to take to get to the number one podcast. In fact, it's already done. And imagine you're taking that white color with you, floating all the way back through that movie theater screen, back into this body right now, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Slowly coming back to this moment, knowing that in a moment, not yet, all of this will be hardwired so deeply, so completely into the depths of your neurology, your biology, every single cell, Kelly, that nothing, no one, no person, not even you, no memory, no future experience, nothing could ever take it away. And when you are certain that it is stuck that way, I need you to test it. Try and tug that white color away, that feeling away, and notice what happens instead. Make sure it's stuck that way. And only when you are certain that it is stuck that way, then and only then, go ahead and reopen up your eyes and notice how you feel.
Wow, that was something
A
else.
little longer than I expected, but it was good.
No, 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 no. Guys, you just witnessed a hypnotist, and it was real. And I want to timestamp it is June 7th.
Okay.
And I will tell you guys, I felt that through my whole body. And now I'm a little more advanced in that those things were very clear to me. I
Yeah.
see them every day. I journal
Yep.
them every day. I know exactly. So, but that's from doing the work. So if in fact you are perceiving yourself as stuck, reach out to Kate, have her do that. And watch. I'm going to tell you. I guarantee this is gonna happen quick. These
It
were
happens quick. The success stories I get from this, even with my work with people with trauma and addiction, anywhere from that all the way to entrepreneurs. I have people that reach out to me all the time and they're like, within 3 months, my entire life shifted
3 months.
all the
That's
time.
I got to tell you that was powerful. I felt it all through, and I wanted to unpack it. Is there anything about the fact that I chose red? It was like a red with fire, like I was a fire breathing beast,
Yeah.
and then it went the white of just emptiness and
Mm-hmm.
just be calm. Is there
Mm-hmm.
any thing to those
No,
colors?
no, it's funny. A lot of people ask about the colors, and there's no significance other than the significance that you personally place on it, and that's it. So, one more thing too, because this is where it locks it in. This is what a lot of hypnotherapists miss. A lot of manifestation practices miss, is like we just created the neural pathways, right? They're there now, and they've been there because you do the work, and I'm sure you visualize this every day like a beast. Now, the most important step after that is that this is a state. So that peaceful state, that white color, this is a state that your neurology is running as a program. And it's very, very, very heightened for 20 minutes, like extremely heightened. It's going to be heightened for 3, 6 months, but it has there's this thing called, did we talk about the emotional refractory period? All
No, we
right.
did not.
The emotional We can talk about it, but I'm not going to get super into it. The emotional refractory period is basically like your neurology has an emotional state. It's going to try to hold on to it, even negative emotional states, for about 20 minutes before there's a bell curve and it drops off. Your awareness is running through the hardware of your neurology that is living as that peaceful you who is reaching more people. See, you're different. I see it in your eyes. You feel it?
I
Take action in the next 20 minutes. I don't care what the fuck you do. You have to disrupt your physical reality because you rewired your inside and now the external must match. So if that's like you need to set a boundary, you need to rearrange furniture, you need to change the lighting behind you to white, you need to get rid of some clothes, you need to clean out a drawer, you need to journal about something, like anything. But it
How about I
must
just
just
tell you how freaking amazing you are, and I could
thank you.
feel your energy, and I cannot wait to meet you. I just gonna put my arms around you. I just everything about you is amazing.
Thank you.
I hope everybody, the people that are watching this is going through the roof, so they just got to see. I just can't say enough on how much I feel the positive energy from you. And guys, head over. If you're not following Kate, follow her. Look at this brilliance.
Oh,
Watch
thank
the
you.
episode. Watch the
Yeah.
episode because she's phenomenal on of Harder Than Life, the podcast number 87. And what else do you want people to reach out to you for?
So I have something that I'm working on right now. I had mentioned it in the podcast. I had said it would be ready by the time the podcast came out. It's going to be ready in 1 week. So it's like, it's almost there. It's the one course that you need to do this process of rewiring paired with the shadow work, because
Mm.
the shadow work is what people miss. People all the time, and I hear this all the time, is that they're trying to do positive affirmations. They're trying to move forward, but their demons keep coming back. They keep self-sabotaging. They can't seem to move forward. They feel shitty when they do the positive affirmations. Therapy's not working. They're
So
stuck in
wait,
their addictive
let me break down
cycles.
the shadow work
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a second. I'm going to make it personal so people can
Okay.
understand. Everybody's commenting
Perfect.
how amazing. So when you say shadow work, what I
Yes.
hear is anytime that I'm feeling something, it's that little scared boy.
Yeah.
And all I do is comfort that dude and go, "Hey, I see you, I hear you." And I call him literally little Kelly. And little Kelly is scared to death.
Yeah.
And I just, Big Kelly puts his arm around little Kelly and says, I got you. Everything's going to be okay. Look at you now. There's nothing to be afraid of. And that, but part of that is who I was and actually made me successful. So that's where
Yeah.
you saw that disconnect. So the shadow work is that's
Correct.
shadow work.
Yes. And that's a perfect example. So I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's such a great example of shadow work. Because if you're still operating from like your little self, your little child, you're manifesting from two different places. So using that example, because you're not there because you've overcome this, but for people that are listening that haven't gotten there yet, when you're manifesting from the little boy in you or the little girl in you, that version of you does not want you to move forward because it's scared, because it loves you, because it thinks that if you step into something new, your survival will be threatened. So it literally has a tether on you from going forward. And then there's the conscious you, which is about 5% of you that's like, yeah, but I want to move forward. So you're playing tug of war with yourself. So when you're doing shadow work, it's being like, okay, I know where I want to go, but I'm going to pause, be brave and courageous enough. This work is not for everybody. It's fucking hard. But I'm going to be brave and courageous enough to look at this vulnerable, exposed, wounded, potentially weak version of me and love the fuck out of it. And you love the fuck out of it by getting to know it. That's it. Intimacy. You are having intimacy with parts of yourself.
Remember what I said in the podcast? Into me stands for into me I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Into me I see. I love that.
Yeah.
So, quick question: when you've done the
Sure.
work like we have, does the subconscious become less and less of the decision maker? Because we've always go back to the default 595.
Yeah.
5% of your decisions are conscious. So when you've done the work, like that little Kelly comes up, but he's not making any decisions.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it's 95-5 the other way, but
Yeah.
it's definitely better than 50-50. I know it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I had a triggering issue earlier. I shared it. It's actually with my girlfriend. I shared it with her.
Mm.
We talked about it, and we moved on. And I
That's
said,
amazing.
I don't think you're ever going to not be triggered, but it's just
Right.
not reacting to the trigger. And
Yeah.
she's like, wow, that's what they call creating a safe place for us to continue having a conversation. She's like, I've never been able to have
Right.
that kind of conversation. Long story short, she's working, guy hitting on her that she's doing business with, and she's and she wants to share that with people, and they scream and yell at her. And I was like, okay, well, thank you for saying that. I go, it's
Right.
really, it sucks that guys got to do that. And all I said is, what did it do for you? She's like, it really knocked him down a level. But so we just talked, and instead of just, and did I feel nervous? Yeah, I don't want some swinging dude to come in and try to steal my. And then I start remembering, like, remember who you are, Siegel. And then I remember I took it a step further. The really healed guy said, oh, well, if that's what happens, that's what God wanted, that's what the universe wanted, and then it'll present something better.
Yes.
So that's
Beautiful.
the kind of confidence that you had. Guys, I just went through a lot of stuff
really,
really fast, but this is just working. This isn't years and years and years. This is literally about the last year and a half of me grinding on myself.
Yeah.
So you can do all this stuff too, and you can expedite it by working with people like Kate. But man, that was I feel. Did you see the smile on my face during the whole thing?
Yeah.
I could feel it through my entire body. This is not woo-woo stuff, people. This is real deal. Kate has helped thousands of people to do this. So I just wanted to say I love you. I'm going to have, as you know, my coaching program is launching in the next couple of weeks. I'll have you back to talk to everybody. I'll have you in the group so then you can talk about that program, because I think when you can go do it on your self-paced and do it on your own, probably a little bit less scary than it is doing it live for 750 people.
Most people don't want to do it live, so I appreciate you being the guinea pig, because I think that helps for people to see what this process looks like, what it can feel like, that it's not scary. And you're right, it's not woo woo. It's using sometimes I think of myself as like a neurological surgeon, because we're actually breaking apart old patterns and then reconnecting new pathways and then running it through. And that's really all that's what this work is. So like when you were talking about, your triggers, of course you're never going to stop being triggered, but what actually happens is, because there's such a high caloric need to stay conscious all the time, the secret way to be conscious is to do exactly what you did, and you create conscious patterns and you program that into your subconscious, so that your free will is interjected into your patterns, rather than your patterns being reflective of reactions from your past. That's the big difference.
I just
If
can't
that
get
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, it made sense to me. But if anybody
Okay.
needs more, DM Kate. She'll explain. This is I could talk to you. I could just talk to you for hours.
I know, me
I usually
too.
keep these 30 minutes, but you just this is gold. I'm telling you, my whole body feels lighter, and I can hear her voice running through my ears. And I can't wait to share with you guys what the downloads happen and what happens next. And I assure you, it will be what happens next. So, did you listen to our podcast?
I didn't even listen to it.
Oh, you got to go. I was going to say, is there anything that you wanted to clarify or make better? But go listen to it. I would tell you that you were absolutely locked in, zoned in, and the entire time I was smiling, laughing. There's no coincidence that you're in my life now. I'm gonna, as I continue to grow, I want to bring you with me, and I am appreciative of you. Thanks for jumping on this Friday. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna pull some reels from it. I'm gonna throw it all over the place, guys. Follow this woman. She is spectacular, authentic, and I think you're the best mother I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Good to see you.
Bye.